Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video review for this week. Excuse me. And for this review, I'm going to be taking a look at Mario Luigi Brothership, the latest entry into the Mario Luigi RPGs for the Nintendo Switch. And if you're interested in any gameplay footage, I'll have a link down in the description down below, or you can click on the card that will appear up on this video, assuming you're watching this on YouTube. And for parents out there, it's worth pointing out that Mario Luigi Brothership is rated E for everyone, all ages, by the ESRB rating system. When it comes to Mario RPGs, most people recognize Super Mario RPG's Legends of the Seven Stars as really one of the classics and the first entry into the Mario RPG series, though. Since then, we've had basically two spin-offs of those series, excuse me. One, of course, is the Paper Mario series, which reached its peak with Paper Mario 1,000 Years Door, but since then, other entries, while not bad, have never reached the height that Paper Mario 1,000 Years Door has done. And then, of course, we have the Mario Luigi RPGs. First started in 2003 with Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. The series has started off on the Game Boy Advance before having two entries in the Nintendo DS, and I believe two entries in the Nintendo 3DS. In 2017, they had basically a remake of Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, basically for the Nintendo 3DS. Unfortunately, that one did not perform as well as Nintendo had hoped for, and it is believed that that may have been the reason why Nintendo changed course, where originally they were going to be doing the 3DS and Switch were going to coexist, but they decided to just go all in on the Nintendo Switch and everything like that. So it was kind of surprising to hear when last year, when it was announced during one of Nintendo's Direct, that a brand new entry into the Mario Luigi series was making its way over to Nintendo Switch. That one kind of surprised me a little bit, and after spending some time with the game, I will say that while it doesn't reach the height that maybe Bowser's Inside Story or the first Mario Luigi RPG, I will say it is a fun entry nevertheless, and one that I think it's worth having, basically, if you like the Mario RPGs in general. So I'm going to break it down into the pros and the cons, and I'm going to start off first with the first one, the pros, though. The first one has to do with the gameplay, though, and I will say the gameplay is fun, enjoyable, and pretty much easy to use, though. The combat is just very simple. If you played past Mario and Luigi RPGs, you'll feel excuse me, it will be very similar and everything like that. You use the jump mechanics, to your hammer, to even any special moves. In this case, some of the special moves will use like maybe the Koopa shells, like for Luigi, he'll have one where he'll have the ability to knock multiple enemies out or damage multiple enemies, where Mario may have one where it attacks a single enemy but does a lot of damage and everything, to some of the puzzles where Luigi plays a certain part where you can have him think a bit and then finally be able to solve some of the puzzles. Some cases may be you basically are separated with your companion, and basically one puzzle in general has Luigi basically hitting like a switch while you control Mario and move him around during some of the platforms. So very interesting puzzles nevertheless, though, and of course, that part's good, along with the combat as well, including special moves that you and Mario and Luigi can do. Like, one has the ability of like spinning like a saucer that can be used to cover certain gaps or find hidden secrets here and there. So from a gameplay perspective, it's good. I do think it might be simple for some folks, but I still think it is enjoyable nevertheless. And last but not least, I will say, from a visual standpoint, this doesn't look that bad or anything like that. I think the visuals look good. They have the cartoony look to it and everything like that. It may not have this unique art style the way Paper Mario does, but it still looks impressive nevertheless. Plus, I do feel like it runs well on the Nintendo Switch, although I do believe Digital Foundry did a video and said there were technical issues, but as far as my time with the game so far, I really haven't seen any kind of technical issues, and pretty much the game runs at 30 frames per second, which to me isn't bad. Would have been nice if it ran at 60, but to me it ran at 30, and I thought that was okay, at least in my book. So visually, it looks good, not terrible, but it looks good, and I did think it ran well on the Nintendo Switch and everything. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll get to part 2, which is the con. So we'll take a little break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we're back with part 2 of my video review of Mario Luigi Brothership. So now that I gave you the pros, when we get started with the cons, and there are really only 2 cons I could think of in terms of my time with Mario Luigi Brothership. The first one I want to talk about is the story, though. Now, the story, I would say when you look at the Mario Luigi stories, though, I would say they aren't necessarily like Academy Award winning, but they're not bad. They have their own charm and everything like that. I will say Bowser's Inside Story, probably for a lot of people, is probably the best entry and all, and I do kind of agree with that to some extent. As far as Brothership goes, I would say this one, it's alright though. I don't think the story is horrible by any chance, but I think the early entries in the series, though, I think they offered a better story than this one, to be exact, though. I do like the whole world of Concordia and all. I think it's certainly neat and everything. It just doesn't click with me as much as, say, some of the early Mario Luigi RPG stories out there and all. So, again, stories are right, just I think the early entries are better. And last but not least, the whole idea behind the game in terms of traveling to different islands and everything like that, I will admit it can be a little tedious or annoying after a while, though, because you do have to wait until you have to spot the islands to a certain degree on the ship and everything. You gotta look and keep an eye out for them, though, and it does get a little tedious because sometimes if you miss it, you have to wait until you get back into positions, though. You could switch, your ship to different paths and everything. If there is one silver lining to this, is the fact that you can, at the very least, eventually later on, you'll be able to speed up the ship. So it helps to some degree, but it is still a little annoying, nevertheless, that you have to basically line your ship up in terms of seeing where the island is and everything. Because if you miss it the first time around, you have to wait and sort of like go around in circles until you reach it again and everything. Again, you do have the ability to speed the ship up, so it helps, but it is a little annoying here and there, the way you have to travel between different islands in the game. One bright spot is that once you discover the island, though, you don't have to, spot it again or anything like that. You could just warp to that island. This could come in handy if you're doing like any side quests or anything. So there is sort of a silver line to this. I just not a huge fan of the way they set it up in terms of having to, travel to different islands, the first time around and everything. Overall, I would say Mario Luigi Brothership is definitely a good entry into the Mario Luigi RPGs, and I will say it's nice to see the series sort of make a comeback this time on the Nintendo Switch, even if it's not, I would say, the best entry out there, though. At its best, though, the gameplay is fun and enjoyable. It does follow some of the tried and true formula that past Mario Luigi RPG games have done, and I will say the visuals are good. I mean, they're not terrible or anything like that. They certainly look nice and colorful, and I do think the game runs well on the Nintendo Switch. But at its worst, I thought the story was okay. Not bad, but I think the other entries in the series were better. And in terms of traveling and discovering some of the islands, I do think it can be a little annoying or tedious at times and everything like that. But it still doesn't prevent me from enjoying the game, though. I am glad to see another entry in the Mario Luigi RPG series. I'm hoping this game does well enough that maybe it will convince Nintendo to do another entry, maybe this one time for the Switch 2 and everything. That would be great if that does happen, though. But in either case, though, if you like the Mario Luigi RPG, give this one a try and everything. It's nice to see that the Switch got almost like a lot of entries into the Mario RPGs, from a remake of Super Mario RPG Legends of 7 Stars, 2 entries of the Paper Mario series, Paper Mario the Origami King, and a port of the Thousand Year Door. And it's nice that we finally got another entry in the Mario Luigi RPGs, though. Hopefully we'll see something like that in the Switch 2, but in either case, though, I do enjoy this game though. It may not be the best entry in the Mario Luigi RPG, but it's still enjoyable nevertheless. Okay, this concludes my video review of Mario Luigi Brothership. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts about the Mario Luigi Brothership for the Nintendo Switch? Are you glad they brought a brand new entry into the Mario Luigi RPGs to the Nintendo Switch? Do you think this is the best entry in the series, or do you feel like past entries were better though? Are you hoping they'll do another entry maybe in the Switch 2 when that comes out? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? As always, sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And if you do like this video, I hope you hit the like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications of any new videos I put up. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You could do it through PayPal me or Patreon or Steam Labs. Links will be in the description of this video, assuming you're watching this on YouTube. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that'll be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good day then. Bye.